Day 21. Respond to complaints. So let me just tell you, the day will come that you're going to get a bad review, that you're going to get an angry client, that you are going to have to deal with something that comes up in your business that's an issue that isn't going to make you money, right? But it is important that you deal with it, and you deal with it as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, but most importantly, as carefully as possible. So, what do I mean by that? So, excuse me. There are people out there who I'm a firm believer are out there to sabotage your business, who maybe had good intentions, maybe they were, genuine in their approach, but for whatever reason, they are unsatisfied with something that you did, and it becomes kind of their mission to take you down to the extent that they're possible. And the flip side of this is, like, have we ever been pissed off at a business, you know, a restaurant, a server, right? An event planner who just did something horrendous, right? Did something so off the charts that we go and we leave all the bad reviews, and we do all the phone calls, right? To complain to the highest person possible. So I'm not talking about instances where that, are legitimate, where you did something that was fully unprofessional, that was outside of the bounds of your service. With all due respect, you kind of deserve what you have coming for you if you're acting in an unprofessional manner. I don't know how much better to say it. I'm talking about these instances that are perhaps misunderstandings, these instances, these people that cannot be satisfied, right? But that you have to deal with, if you understand what I'm putting. Those are the instances that I'm thinking of. And what I'm getting at is that when somebody leaves you a bad review, when somebody leaves a comment on your social media, like a mean comment, right? That is an opportunity for you to showcase your professionalism, and for you to demonstrate to any future clients that you actually do have a sound head on your shoulders, and that you know what you're doing. So I actually have two instances, one from each of my businesses. So one instance was from my pet care business. This person I never did business with. This person was, I won't even call them a friend, but this person was literally out to sabotage my business. We had never done business together, and left me this horrible review. And it was so obvious from the wording of it that this person was out to sabotage me, and that this person was so far out from left field that it wasn't that difficult to get the review flagged and then removed. So I didn't even bother replying to that one, because it was so out in left field that I was like, okay, it's so obvious that anybody reading this, anybody, with two correctly firing chromosomes can see that, this person's out there. I'm not going to lower myself, and get down to their level, right? And that won't always be the case. These review companies, I'm not even going to go into the specifics, but they don't always want to remove reviews, even if, right? So again, that's one instance. The other instance that I want to talk about is actually from my tourism business. And I had somebody leave me a 4-star review for the only fact being that this person took my tour, did not speak English, and they were mad that I wasn't able to speak Japanese. Again, anybody reading that, anybody listening to this can see how ridiculous this is, right? You can literally go check my reviews. I very professionally responded, "Hi, so-and-so. Thank you for taking my tour. I'm not sure why there was an expectation or why you thought that there would be, a Japanese tour. It did state very clearly on the listing that the tour would be in English. If you had an expectation for a Japanese tour, then perhaps you should have brought your own translator or your own translation equipment, and that's it. So, bottom line, the point I'm trying to make is that negative reviews and negative feedback there is a way and there is a manner of taking that and like lifting above that and coming out better on top, if you understand what I'm putting down. So anyway, respond to complaints, respond to negative reviews, but do it in a way such that you're uplifting yourself.